So we're going to be working on the hips and in the anterior pelvis, and then releasing from the occipital ridge down through the middle back, like T5, T8 area. Both that will be anterior and posterior, because we won't work one without working the other, right? It's antagonist. And to begin, we're going to start out really slowly. So we're going to lay down on your back. And as your knees are bent and your feet about 18 to 20 inches apart, maybe even wider if that feels good to you, bend your elbows at 90 degrees, palms open. So like a goalpost position. And now just simply roll your knees over to the right side. Exhale all of your air here. And now watch the breath as it moves in through your nose and up into your head. And exhale. Relax from the palms down to the elbows, and inhale through your nose into your throat. And exhale. And now inhale through your nose and into your heart. Just feeling the chest expand and the arms relax down any bit more, and exhale. And 3 more, just incorporating breathing in through your nose into your head, throat, and heart. And exhale. Keep that same breathing now in through your nose into your head, throat, and heart. And exhale. And last one, inhaling in through your nose into your head, throat, and heart. On this exhalation, really let the shoulders from the shoulder blades down through the elbows completely release. Pivot slowly back onto your feet. Pull your hips up and down, uncorking them, just to lengthen them. And now just rock the legs to the left and to the right. 4, just like this, breathing in through your head, throat, and into your heart, rocking to the left and to the right. And just feeling like you're massaging these upper glutes, the upper hips, kind of starting to enter into the anterior part of the pelvis, around this inguinal and lateral sides of your groin. 2 more times, just rocking the knees leftward and rightward. Maintaining the breath through the nose into the head, throat, and heart, as well as down into the arms, relaxing fully the arms. 1 more time to the right. And now lay the legs to the left. Lay them here and release completely. Exhale all the air. Inhale into your head, throat, heart, and down just a little bit lower where the ribs start to splay apart, your solar plexus. Exhale. Inhale, head, throat, heart, solar plexus, and down to the navel. Exhale. Inhaling head, throat, heart, solar plexus, navel, and now into the perineum. Thinking like just behind the pubic bone. And exhale completely. In these last 3 breaths, incorporating all that we have just done, bringing the breath in through the nose, crown, head, throat, heart, solar plexus, navel, and just behind the pubic bone. Think less about the exhalation and be more intimate with the inhalation, watching the breath as it moves in and through. Relax the arms and shoulders. Last one. The breath comes all the way in, through, and all the way down. Hold the breath there, just watching. Exhaling and releasing. Pivoting slowly back onto your feet, leaving the arms just as they are. Uncork the hips, just drag them down in half of an inch or longer. And again, rocking and rolling left to right with your knees. Just kind of feeling like every time you go to the right, you're going to try to push your left knee down. And every time your knees rock to the left, try to push your right knee down. And just move back and forth about 3 more times each side, linking and syncing with your breath. Noting and noticing this innate quality of being able to consciously be aware of your body, of how it's moving through space, and even how you might be in creating a stopgap between a release. One more time, we'll finish on the left. And then lift the legs all the way back up, both feet on the floor. Extend your left leg out and down. Pull the right knee in. Don't move the arms. Just start to roll around, lateral rotation. So we're moving outward with the right knee. And circulating around through the entire gluteal region of this right leg. Getting any of the attachments around the anterior aspect of the hip, inside of the femur bone, up into the ischial tuberosity, up and around the pubic bone. We're starting to really open up here. Melinda, if you'll please mute yourself. And then now rolling in the opposite direction. So now moving medial to lateral. 3, 2, 1. And now keeping this rotation, we're going to take the right leg, arm stay where they are. Melinda, if you'll just mute yourself for me, please. If you'll take your right leg all the way over to the left, and then all the way out and over to the right. And now cross it again over the body. The arms are still where they began, all the way over to the left. Feeling that long, deep stretch through the right low back, and then all the way out and to the right. 2 more times. So the knee's more at a 90-degree angle than a closed angle. So taking it all the way over to the right and to the left. One more time, and on this last one, whenever the leg goes all the way over to the left, hold it there and use your left hand to help ground it downward toward the floor. And you can do anything you wish with the right arm at first. So right now, more than likely, what you're doing is exposing the flesh through the outer right hip, the glute minimus, TFL, tensor fasciae lata muscle, iliotibial region is going to start to stretch from your lateral right knee all the way up into your right hip. And now with your right hand, grab a hold of your right shoulder and start to circulate, using your right hand on the shoulder, circulate the elbow around 10 times, moving up, back, down, and around. Every time that arm loops around, I bet you feel that more intense stretch deep in the lumbricals and deep in those lumbar muscles and tendons down there. Just see if you can be with and breathe through that area. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. As you roll it back, pull the right knee into the chest and uncork your shoulders this time. So feel your torso get a little bit longer and move backward a little more. And now straighten your right leg-ish or fully. The heel is going to extend up higher than the toes. Loop the shoulders down away from the ears. Your left foot can be flexed or it can be relaxed, your choice. And try not to muscle it so much. However, as your arms are holding onto it, see if you can hollow out your armpit here.
just so that you're not incorporating any other part of your body except for the leg and perhaps a bit of the arms. In other words, not bringing stress into the shoulders. 3 more deep breaths, breathing the breath in through your nose, crown, head, throat, heart, solar plexus, navel center, into the perineum. Last breath. Pull it in a little bit more, and this time now bow up and into your right leg, just so that you can feel the elongation get a little bit more deep through your right hamstring. Deep hollowing out in the under armpits, and then as you're bowing up, you can start to feel the muscles in the anterior, the front part of the neck turn on, as well as the upper rectus abdominis. Feeling your ears moving back, but your chin moving upward. 2 more breaths. Your ears moving back, dipping the crown of your head backward, chin upward. Bowing up a little bit more, last breath. Trying to create and feel a hollowness all the way in and through the hamstrings, all the way through the core and the arms and the neck. And then exhale and release. Both feet down and onto the floor. Both feet on the floor, arms down by your sides. Now this time as you inhale and you slightly lift your hips up, not big, we're going to raise the arms up as well. Inhale, lift the hips, arms move back. And as you exhale, lower the hips and lower the arms. Inhale and raise the hips, raise the arms. Exhale and lower. Inhaling, crown, head, throat, heart, solar plexus, navel, and perineum. Exhaling everything down. Slow, long, and deep. Last one. Inhale up. And exhale down. Place your right ankle onto your right thigh. And now roll the right leg, the right thigh over to the floor. Your right ankle's on your left leg. Right thigh on the floor, and now rotate it and move it over to the left side. Hold it here. Pause here. With your left hand, grab a hold of your right foot. And allow your right knee to move forward. So now you're really getting into this really lower part of the torso is getting stretched out here. Perhaps with your right hand, you just want to place it over your heart, just to feel the pulse of your body. Start to turn your head over to the right, just feeling the movement of the cerebral spinal fluid around your head, and then over to the left. 5 more times, just rocking the head over to the right and over to the left. And rightward. Noting the circumference of your head or any nodules in there. And to the right. One more time after this one, full round to the left. And to the right. And to the left. It's so beneficial for our brain to get to expand as we open these joints of the head, of the cranium. And pivot back onto your left foot. And now come in and thread your right arm through the needle of your right leg and grasp a hold of your left shin. If that's not possible for you, then grab underneath and behind your left hamstring. And breathe here. Reduce the stress and tension of your shoulders by just letting them hang down and back, and slightly elevate your chin upward, bringing a deep relaxation to your eyes, to where you see, not just visually, in fact, not visually at all, but where you see from the inside, where you see and know truth. Three more breaths. As you relax a little bit more around the temporal bones, you're able to see from the inside more clearly. Squeeze in a little bit more here. And now roll your whole body over to the left side. Just let it be a movement of roll, releasing your right leg, rolling all the way over to your left. Prop your left elbow directly underneath your right shoulder. With your left knee bent, just helping to hold and prop you up there. Grab a hold of your right foot and kick back. As you kick back, allow the pelvis to move forward, the chest and heart to move forward, and the head and toes to move backward. Try to keep your right knee on the same lane and on the same plane as you kick back, as opposed to dipping it down or up. Kick back a little bit more. A little bit more. Pull the head back so you're opening from the collarbones through the underneath of your chin, where this platysma and these neck muscles attach. And release. Roll down and back onto your back. Left knee comes in. Right leg moves out. And roll the left leg around in circles. Bend your elbows at 90 degrees. Roll it around, removing laterally first. Deep massage all through the glutes, all and into that piriformis muscle, glute min, glute med, glute maximus. And through the adductor muscles, the inner thigh muscles. Gracilis, that big one that can really, we don't even know it, and it can be quite tight, moving from the inner thigh to the perineum. Keep the breath through your head, throat, heart, solar plexus, belly, perineum. And then switch directions. Remind your body, remind yourself of that deep relaxation through the back of your heart and down to your elbows. 3 more. So we're creating a confusion in the musculature as we rocked it down, and now we're rocking it up. So any state that it has known of being sameness, we're challenging that. Take the left leg all the way out to the left, 90 degrees-ish. And then without using your hand, take the left leg all the way over to the right. And back out to the left. You're having to use all the muscles in your body to do this. And to the right. Feeling it pull on those lower lumbar vertebrae. Take it all the way out to the left. And to the right. Keeping a 90-degree angle in your ankle for sure, so the foot is flexed. Out to the left. To the right, and hold it here. Use your right hand to grab a hold of your right knee. Anything you want to do with your left arm for now. Breathe through, explore. Notice if there's any uncorking in your chest body, in your right shoulder region. Any uncorking anywhere, like pulling your right ribs out of your right hip. Now grab a hold of your left shoulder with your left hand and start to circulate forward, up, back, down, and around. This big movement. Really trying to pull when the elbow comes down. See if you can really try to pull the elbow down toward the foot to de-stress, to pull on these trap muscles. Getting the stress moving out of your neck. So you can connect your head and heart more clearly without the suffocation of tightness or previous stress or current stress. 3 more. Last one. Release it. Breathe. And sweep the left leg back into the chest. Grab a hold of it. Uncork your body. Remember, we're mostly uncorking the chest here. And then reach around the back of your calf muscle and straighten your left leg. Perhaps the right foot flexes, but definitely the left. Shoulders hanging down and back, breath controlled. Until it doesn't need to be anymore. Breathe into the beacon of light that you are as you breathe in through your nose, crown, head, throat, heart, solar plexus, belly, perineum, even in this pose. Take the tensions out of your fingers. And bow the face up into the shin. Hollow out the armpits. Feel a hollowness everywhere, especially upon the exhalation. Feel everything emptied out of your body, that you can feel the tendons attaching to the bones. Pull the chin upward and open yourself up from the nose all the way up through the crown of the head. Feeling the jaw hang back and become more relaxed. Front of your face flowing, whether it's sinuses or cerebral spinal fluid, or just the tension that you may have been holding in your eyes or eyebrow, releasing the veil of your senses, and release down. Bending your right knee, placing your left ankle on your thigh. Uncork your hips for a moment, so lower the arms down and kind of pull the hips downward. And now lower your arms out to the sides so that you can roll your left knee all the way over to the left. Feel that. And then all the way over to the right. Grab a hold of your left foot with your right hand. Lay the left knee forward so you're feeling long into the left waist, into the abdomen, into the inner groin. Maybe the left hand wants to now come and place its hand over the heart. The eyes sink back. No more movement. You are the healer. Say it to yourself. I am the healer. It doesn't have to be aloud, just inside. Give yourself the mantra, I trust you. Relax all gripping from your right hand all the way into your head and heart. I trust you. I have great talents that I may have been keeping locked away in fear of what they might do or call me to be. I have great talents, whether they've been exposed or locked away in fear of what I might be called to do. Trust yourself a little bit more deeply here. Relax any extra grippings. Big deep breath. Find your way slowly into your figure four. So as we lay that left pelvis back down, it might feel a little tricky in there. Just go slow, no fast, rapid movement. We don't want anything to go back to the old ways of patterns. And grasp a hold of your front right shin or underneath your thigh. Squeeze it in, relax your shoulders. Chin up. When our face is down, no matter what it is that we're doing, that indrawnness can ultimately lead to not putting ourselves out there, not tapping into this ultimate and divine force that you embody. So as you raise your chin right now and relax your shoulders, can you welcome the embodiment of your powerful, tapped in healer of self for you and for others, for you first. In this moment anyway. Coming to the great well. Allow your breath to be the drink from this great well of wisdom. And as you release, squeeze the right leg in, release there. And then release your right foot to the floor, roll everything over to the right. Prop yourself up onto your right forearm. And then grab a hold of the left foot from behind. And as you kick back, remember the pelvis moves forward, the chest and heart forward, but the head and foot back. And you bask as you drink from the well. We use our breath as this example of drinking. And kick back a little bit more, really stretching from the very tip top of your knee all the way up into the top of the pelvis. Let it come in through the psoas and up through the heart, up through the pecs. And kick back a little bit more as you hug your shoulder blades a little bit more closely together. And then release. So from here, we're just going to find your way onto your knees, however that is for you. Just come up and onto your knees. You can sit back and onto your heels, or you can keep your toes curled under and sit back on those. We're going to reach forward like you're diving forward, tucking your chin into your chest. And then whenever you pull your elbows back, really pull and hug the shoulder blades toward each other. But don't let the elbows fall. Keep them moving upward. That's the challenge. And then exhale, cat tuck. That's what it feels like. Cat tuck, drop the head down. Really aim the fingertips forward. And then pull the elbows back and drink from the well. Lift your face. Bask and then exhale down. And then pull the elbows apart. 3 more. Really exhale. And really pull back. And exhale. And you start to feel the navel pull up and backward in an organic movement, and then pull back. And now this time as you release your arms, come over and onto all fours. Over and onto all fours, and curl your toes under and downward facing dog. Raise your left leg, but bend the knee in circular rotations, whether it's lateral or medial. For me, I chose medial. And just rotate around in your left leg. 2 more. Keep a slight bend in your elbows, a broadness through your shoulders, and then switch the direction. And now raise your left leg all the way up, really long through your right hamstring. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up.
And step the left foot next to your left thumb, low lunge. Keep the right hand where it is, but maybe even move it forward a little bit. Left hand on your left knee, rotate. And now breathing through from your right knee into the anterior part of your pelvis. Now watch this. We're going to dip the pelvis down and then we're going to raise it up. So it's just about 6 inches moving you're feeling it more through the left sitting bone. We're going to dip down. That's really getting into like a dysfunctional, not a great healthy opening. And then we're going to raise it up. And so we're just going to try to get blood to flow in and around that anterior part of the pelvis. The back toes are curled under. There's a mild rotation. If you feel it and you're like, okay, I got this motion, this feels pretty primal to me, then raise your face up and really indulge in the rotation and the elongation of your right ribs. And about 3 more. No rooting through the right wrist. Instead, there's a micro bend and there's a clawing down through your finger pad. The face is rotating upward if you're there. Great, and now land. Right hand's going to move a little bit more lateral. We're going to bend the right knee and maybe grab a hold of the foot from behind. If you can't grab a hold of it, then just still keep the left knee bent. Now, this is that kind of what I said, dysfunction of the right pelvis sagging down. So instead, see if you can raise your hips upward, but you just feel long through your quad and rotate, rotate, rotate. Pull the heel in, 5 breaths. Not feeling it in your wrists. Instead, really root down through your finger pads. Rotate, rotate. Left elbow dips down toward the pelvis or toward the right back leg. Big, deep breath. Breathing in, nose, crown head, throat, heart, solar plexus, belly, perineum. And that's hard, right? That's big, big work. And then as you release your right leg, we're going to frame the foot. So we've got to bring this right hand in a little bit, right? And walk your left foot a little bit lateral and then straighten the left leg with a bend in the right knee, fold down. 10 breaths. Really just let the head melt. The toes are up, the foot's off the gas. As that knee tries to hyperextend, you see that there's a little bit of control through the back of the knee. If there's any excess rounding in the sacrum, see if you can extend it back through the sitting bones extending backward. Move your arms around just so that in these final 5 breaths, you can really just be here more in a yin-like shape. Where your arms are helping to prop you up, but without the weightiness, without a burden sensation. We're going to come right back through the lunge, come right back through your lunge, and then extend the left leg all the way back and pedal out your knees. So we're going to bend one knee and then the other. Just see that like when you bend your right knee, that you're kind of moving your whole body leftward, and then opposite, bending the left knee, moving your whole body rightward. And I bet it feels a little bit better, a little bit easier whenever you bend your left knee because that whole side body is opened up. That's an indication that we've done good work. 2 more. And lower both knees onto the ground. This time, keep the toes curled under. Roll out your wrist. As you come up, there's a tendency to kind of collapse in the anterior pelvis. See if you can move your sitting bones back more toward the back of the heels, and you just get a little bit more upright in your body without this deep back bend, but it feels like you're in your alignment. And then roll out your wrist. And roll them out in the other direction. Hands onto your waist. Inhale, root down through your knees. Flip the fingertips down toward your lower back and start to feel a cobra come in here. Just a cobra, not your camel pose yet, just a cobra. Your hands are really supporting your lower back as you're rooting your hips downward. You're using your hands to kind of pull that pelvis, that PSIS region, posterior iliac crest, posterior superior iliac crest. Feel the elbows hug a little bit more. See if you can squeeze the shoulder blades so much that it feels like you're releasing the upper traps. Great, and then extend the hips back. Find your hands onto the floor, and it's okay if it feels like you're going to collapse down there. That's all right. The floor is pretty close. Downward facing dog. This time we're going to just bend the right knee as we lift it and rotate it around in 5 circulation motions. 5 circular motions. 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch direction, maintaining your breath through your nose, crown head, throat heart, solar plexus, navel and perineum. And then straighten your right leg all the way up, maintain it, and breathe through the left hamstring. It's more prepared than it was. Remember that aspect of clawing down through your finger pads and broadening through your shoulders. And now the right foot steps next to your right thumb. I'm in the curtains here. Lower your left knee onto the floor. Left hand's going to stay where it is. Right hand onto your right knee. And then just start to turn your body here. So right now we're just bowing all of this pressure into the left groin. And it's like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that that's okay for me. So we back off. And then we sink back in. We're just gently massaging it. So we're pulling back and dip back in. Looping your right shoulder out of your ear, back, and down. If you can rotate a little bit more and look upward a little bit more, that would be great. And just ride the pulse, ride the wave here. Trusting that you know what's right for you. No matter what I suggest, you can say, nope, not for me. Bend your left knee, grab a hold of the foot from behind, and we're really sagging down in the pelvis. Left side is sagging a little bit more. And then once and if you grab a hold of the foot from behind, or you're just reaching for it, then raise the pelvis up. Try to raise your left hip to meet your right. And then just work on the left quad opening. Rotate, rotate, and breathe. Dip the right elbow down toward your left buttock or the left leg. A bit more brightness and drinking from the well in your chest. You intuitively know you do have an intuition. It is the most strong aspect of your essence, of your spirit, of your soul. Avoidance is usually the biggest key player in us not being able to tap in. Just a fear of, I don't want to know how great I am. Exhale and release. Right hand comes down, frame the foot. Move whatever you need to. Maybe the right foot needs to move out or left knee moves out, either one or both, and then bow down and over your right leg. First, you're just in the beginning stages of feeling, and that's fine. And then the final stage, we'll really prop ourselves up in more of a yin shape here. We have certainly awakened this lower root body. Start to find the yin arms that are going to support you in this without burden. As you're breathing through the sensations of whatever is there, just watch it and stay with it. Like you're allowing your innate self to emerge. Feel your sources really come all around you, your angels, if you will. Your ancestors circled around you on your mat or around your mat. Feeling the smoke of their wisdom just pouring through your body. Through your innate knowing. And then find your way back into your lunge, and then up and into your downward facing dog. And then again, same thing. This time we're going to really try to move that knee over to the opposite side. So really try to move that knee leftward and rightward. Now, how does the left side of your body feel? The shoulders are strong. We're certainly not hammocking them at all by any means. And then lower both knees down and onto your sticky mat. Toes are curled under and come up. Hands onto your waist, come up. Flip the fingertips down. So first we feel the cobra-like sensation, and we support ourselves here. And then maybe one hand comes back and then the other, but don't force it. You're feeling as your shoulder blades are hugging toward each other that they are also simultaneously releasing your upper traps by hugging a ton of blood into this area. And slowly begin to release. Now find one more time, just one more time, downward facing dog. And come into plank. Did I say one time? Okay, maybe not. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to push up. And downward dog. Back into plank. Lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to push up. So we do these, they're called sun salutations or Surya Namaskara. One more, inhale, push up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Walk your feet toward your hands and forward fold. Grab a hold of your elbows. We do those to really line the entirety of the body in a linear way. Let the arms go, let them pull on your torso, let your head go and pull more on your torso. Through your neck now. Allow your forward bend to be a hip opener instead of a hamstring elongator. Let blood come into your face as you release it. The veils are relaxed. You are in a safe place. You're in a space and place that your innate wisdom is able to come in. You're using this practice to come in more closely to your highest self, to your healing self, to your wisdom. Release the arms, bend your knees, hands onto your waist, and inhale, come all the way up to standing. Find your legs up and into a wide-legged position. It doesn't matter where you do that, but just make sure that you have your sticky mat there to protect you. And then we'll turn the heels in and the toes out. First, we're just going to squat. So we're going to go down and up 5 times, just squatting. Now, as you come up, really hug at the perineum and squeeze the buttock muscles. So down and up, hug, hug. 2 more, hug, hug, and hold. Stay there. And now with the arms, raise your arms up and over your head, and exhale, come down and lion. So you still have the perineum hug when you come up, the buttock hug. 3 more. Last one. Hold your legs here. And now push space. So we're going to take the left arm all the way over to the right and straighten the left leg. And then switch. Switch. Build some heat as you do this. Breathe in through your nose now, but out of your mouth. Three more. One more. and come back up, all the way up. Feel a little hug in the buttock muscles. And I'll come back down into your squat. Your arms are going to move out to the side, and we're just going to rub the outer edges of the moon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now anterior. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back onto your waist. Right heel up, left heel, back and forth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Squat down and come up. Great. And then find your feet at parallel. With your right hand on your waist, grab a hold of your left foot from behind. Kick back. A little balance in here, y'all. Raise your left arm or right arm up. And then kick out and forward. 5, 4. Kick up a little higher. 3, 2, 1. Inhale and come all the way up. Left ankle onto your right thigh. Cross your left arm over top. Flex the foot. Raise the elbows. 5. Raise the elbows a little bit more. Relax the shoulders. Sink down. 4, 3. You're in control. Watch your breath. In through the nose, crown head, throat, heart, solar plexus, navel, and perineum. Squat down a little more. Raise the fingertips up and release. Hands interlace behind the back of your body. Feet are still parallel. Hug the shoulder blades, cobra here. So really hug the buttocks. So as you hug the buttocks, you're releasing the anterior pelvis. Move the arms back, knuckles back, chin up. 3, 2, 1, and release. Shrug the shoulders up near the ears, and then 10 times, release it out. 5 more. Last one. And release. Move around your mat a little bit. Move around. Move around. Move around. Move around. Move around. Whew, yeah. Move around. Yes. Move around. Move around. Move around. Move around. Just move around the room. Move around your space. Move around your mat. Move around. Move around. Move around. Whew, yeah. Get it out. Yeah. Move a little bit more freely. Innate, intuitive self. Come in. Come through. I'm ready for you. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it, baby. Whew. 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 Turn your head a little bit. Now just start to bring it back, but just sway your arms, rock your body left to right. Turn your head a little bit. You're really jiving here. Moving with the motions. Not through the motions. You're moving with the motions. Whew. And then bring it back. Right foot's going to stay where it is. Grab a hold of the left foot from behind, or right foot, sorry, from behind. Left foot stays where it is. I'm mirroring you. Raise your right arm up. Is that your right? That's your left. I'm so sorry. I'm still mirroring you, but kick back. And then exhale, reach out. 5, 4, kick up. 3, kick it up. 2, kick up a little bit higher, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and release. Right ankle onto your left thigh, left arm over top, squat down, sit down, get a little uncomfortable. Drive those fingers up. Whatever I've been holding away, keeping locked up in a box, it's okay to open it up. It's all right if I'm afraid. I can turn toward my fear. I don't want to waste this life. Drive the fingertips up. And release. Move it around. Move it around. Move it around. Use your core to kind of move you. Feel how your abdomen kind of grooves you. Just move it around. Feel that kind of breath of fire moving in. A big breath comes in, and a big breath moves out of the mouth. Move around in a space in a way that you haven't felt free to do in a long time. Move it. Move your feet. Move your torso, but move from your core. Move your arms. Move your head. Move it. Move it. Those arms are moving. Everything just needs to feel free, aligned, symmetrical, or not. But it's yours, and you own it, and you love it, and it feels good. Exhale and release. Whoo, yeah. Come on down and onto your back. Roll your hips around as you come down and onto your back. Roll your hips around so both feet are together, not on the floor, but together. And move. Just let your breath be in through your nose and out of your mouth right now. Deep breath through your nose, all the way down through that very center channel of your body. Continually awakening those energy centers, but a slow, deep breath out. Switch the rotation. And release. Bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out to the sides. Place one hand at your chest and one hand down at the lower belly. Relax the shoulders, uncork so that you have a long neck. And notice if your head is controlled at all, rock it a little left or right. Let it land where it lands. Forget about your knees, just allow them to be splayed here. As you breathe in light. There's just this tunnel funneling through your body of light. Just watch the light draw in through your nose. All the way down, that's Shushumna, all the way down through the very center, through all of those energy channels, all the way down into the perineum. You know the right thing to do. Avoiding it only creates suffering. Divine Creator, we are grateful for all of this creation, the sun and the moon, the earth, all of this plant life and these animals, these two-leggeds and four-leggeds, these winged ones, the eight-leggeds, the ones that hop and crawl and swim, the finned ones, the ones that fly, that stampede and move slow. We're grateful to be part of this cycle of life, intuitive in knowing how to gather our food, how to look after our people. But with this high intelligent brain, you give us this great gift to know how to look after the whole, this whole planet. From our inner well-being to those that sit at our table, to those within our community. All of the creation at large. Release my fear and my sheer laziness. And I open up the box. If even just for this moment to see what's inside of it. Move around in your fingers, move around in your toes. Use your hands to start to slowly close those legs together. Keep the legs closed together. Separate your feet a little bit wider. Uncork your hips. Place your hands at the very top of your thighs and push your thighs forward. So your knees are together, your feet are further apart, your hands are at the tip tops of your thighs, and you're just pushing your femur bones away from your sacrum. No stress in your shoulders. Don't bring the stress into your shoulders. Breathe into the lower abdomen. Let the eyes fall back. Breathing in through your nose, the crown head, the throat, the heart, solar plexus, navel, perineum. Release the arms down. Bring the feet a little bit more toward hip width apart. Root down through the shoulders and arms and come up into bridge pose. So you just released your low back. You could have created a little too much space in there, a little too much ligamentous stretch and space. So we're going to seal it with some strength. Hug your inner thighs toward each other, big toes down. Bring strength along the lumbar spine. Really let those muscles hug the lumbar. Really let the glutes hug around the sacrum here, those SI joints in particular, and let the inner thighs seal you up into your perineum. 2 more breaths. Chin way up, drinking from the well, open to all the possibilities, whatever's in that box right now. Lift your heels up and then pull your hips down, roll to your side. Forehead to the floor, any commitments, any recognition, any prayerfulness. Maybe just seeing super clear. And then up into your seat when you're ready. Namaste.